So, just like you said, Ahmet versus Ra1n. It's very fitting that our last winners bracket match of the day is not only on Small World's End, but also quite literally red versus blue. How fitting. Both players are going to be touching down. 3-2-1 Brawl is going to cue us in. Ahmet's picking up sword. Ra1n soon to follow. Welcome to the Sword Trials. It's very fitting start.
What I find really interesting here is that... Oh, wait, is that a 0 to death?
That's even more interesting.
Yep.
I don't know what you were going to say, but that's even more interesting, in my opinion.
So, I was gonna say, Ra1n has the clear advantage of actually having played that well in majors and performing well on it. Ra1n has some top 3s, top 4s under their belt from the European online tournaments in the past year, in the trials. Whereas Ahmet, I am not sure what they feel comfortable on. So maybe this isn't a character that they're comfortable with. Maybe this is something that I haven't played that much. But they're picking Val because their actual main legend has gauntlets. But Ra1n has just that advantage of I don't have to swap my main legend to play in the Swords Trials because my main legend already has Sword. It's level 100 signature Val. Ahmet touching down on the stage. Almost getting led by Ra1n in terms of damage. Ra1n getting the KO off the top. It's looking like a 3-stock in game 1. Only a minute 30 has passed. Ahmet struggling a lot. That's an headlight coming through from Ra1n. Immediate pressure being put onto Ahmet. Ra1n missing the GCD light in order to get the true string started. Ahmet is getting the edge guard. No, Ra1n has a good dodge. Gets under that Sarah, and now the edge guard is being reversed. Ra1n putting the hurt onto Ahmet, goes for the ground pound, a bit cheeky. Ahmet picking up the sword. Still has a lot of Ra1n's health to chew through. Weapon starving Ra1n, but Ra1n with that unarmed D-light into Nair to push Ahmet away. And Ra1n just really likes pushing stage control and pushing Ahmet to the side. Hopefully setting up edge guards. Ahmet going deep with a ground pound. Double ground pound. Triple. Quadruple ground pound. Quintuple ground pound from Ahmet and the Sair.
Does this work? I've been having issues with my mic so far. Are we good now?
We are good.
Okay, alright. I promise I've been saying some very, very funny and hilarious things, but live production always goes wrong, so... Either way, it is very fitting that the first match of top 4 right here is red versus blue on Small World's End, as currently stocks are even, and Ahmet has done one hell of a job to try and bring the stocks to even, but still has to do so much more to bring the damage to even. Ra1n looking to just close this out, and we got about 5 minutes left in the game as Ahmet slowly building up the damage. Ra1n having a hard time finding this hit with the sword, but whenever he is able to find them, is able to make them count. Ledge guard goes in Ra1n's favor, and Sig to celebrate winning game 1.
Ahmet basically played with one stock because they got 0 to death in that first one, and they were just on one stock basically the way Ra1n was just dominating those first 2 stocks, and they still did practically even damage numbers.
Hopping into game 2, no swap from Ahmet, gotta say. I don't blame him one bit. Like you said, he essentially played the last game with what? A single stock, maybe just a stock and a half. And also, going back to Small World's End, I mean, maybe a map change would have made things a little bit better, but I don't know, maybe he had to take a bathroom break and shake his hands off, so maybe the first game, that really could just be a go next. Maybe isn't completely warmed back up, but, you know, now he's back in the groove, and even though he's not getting the first few hits in this current Sword Ditto, he's still faring a little bit better, but also, that's kind of how the last game went, is that Ahmet was just keeping up, and Ra1n was just so good at, you know, expanding leads and taking hits where he was able to find them. And it did not feel as 51-49 as it actually was. Is currently sidelight Sair after sidelight Sair gonna put Ahmet in a situation he has struggled against countless times. The ledge guard finally comes back from it, but the end light is not enough to slow Ra1n's momentum.
Ansik coming through, disarming double. Ansik doesn't take Ahmet off the top left side. And Ra1n just chasing for that KO. Ahmet coming through with the D-Light ground point, unarmed, picking up the gauntlets. Trying to find the approach options, but Ra1n is strategizing so well with his movement. Getting that D-Light into recovery on that sword, picks up the next one, and that's a pretty decent lead. Only on orange. While being a really tanky legend, you're gonna get a lot of mileage out of that extra health that you haven't lost just yet. Ahmet with the Endlight pushing Ra1n to the side, overextends with the Sair. Ra1n making it back, gets hit by another D-Light into Sair. They're coming through from Ahmet, and Ra1n knows that he can't make it back. Just says, I'm hopping into the blast zone. And this match is looking so much closer than the previous game that we had.
Absolutely, game 2 looking much better for Ahmet. Currently red versus blue. I was about to say red team. I don't know. Maybe I've been playing too much Team Fortress 2. Maybe I've been spending too much time around my Halo friends. But either way, small worlds. And yeah, video games. The Gauntlet mirror match so far seems to be going in Ra1n's favor. Ahmet still just trying to pick up the pieces at a very small damage lead as Ra1n. We saw those Sairs last game. They were really coming clutch for him. And like beats out the gravity cancel. Ra1n throws gauntlets the wrong way. Ra1n has had Ahmet red pretty well during the first stock, but during the second stock, Ahmet's been able to adapt, improvise, and overcome a lot of the challenges Ra1n is throwing his way. Dashes in, is not able to find anything. The Nair whiffs. D-Light also whiffs. Another D-Light from Ra1n. Both players fishing and digging so deep for this KO. Is the dare going to be enough? A second one will be. Although this game is looking much better for Ahmet, considering the fact that you lost the last game, this is not really a place you want to be. I'm starting to sweat for Ahmet a little bit here. Maybe not so much. Okay, wipe the sweat off your brow, folks.
Ra1n falling through back to the stage. He doesn't have those signature gauntlets that we know him so well for on deck. He's picking up that sword. Now is the deal with Ahmet's gauntlets. Both of them trying to find that initial hit. Ahmet with the double Endlight read, taking Ra1n off the side of the stage with D-Light into there, but Ra1n getting the reversal, putting Ahmet on the ledge. Getting that edge guard, evening up the damage beautifully. Sidelight catches the dodge with an air. Fishing for a narrow recovery. We can see Ra1n is just trying to put Ahmet in disadvantage as much as possible. That's where he shines, that's where he puts all the damage onto him. Ahmet with the D-Light into Sair. Ra1n is being edge-guarded. Recovery does not come through for Ahmet. And now Ra1n grabbing the Gauntlet mirror match. Both players, same health values. Ahmet taking the advantage here, pushing Ra1n up the side of the stage. Sair does not knock him out. Ra1n has the options to make it back, but can Ahmet close it out with the edge guard? No, Ra1n is allowed stage control. And now the complete opposite. Ra1n the one being the edge guarder in this situation, and Ahmet the edge guarded is coming back. Weapon spawn. D-Light unarmed into weapon pick up. Gauntlet recovery. Beautiful way to even out the game count.
That was one hell of a way to close out the game, but still, that win, it still doesn't mean Ahmet is quite out of the clear, because that game, I mean, it was, I'm going to be honest, way too close for comfort, and we are going right back to the same characters, same map. I really felt like during, it doesn't matter if it was a mirror match, a ditto, or if they were on opposite weapons, it really felt like Ra1n was getting slightly better at these advantages, was able to get maybe just one more attack in their strings and expansions. Maybe just one more attack off stage. It really felt like it was Ra1n starting the sentence, starting the first paragraph, and then Ahmet's turn to respond. And Ahmet had to then come back from that and just barely clutch out that last game. So, yes, they were able to win a game. That is good. This does bode well for Ahmet. I still think there's so much more they could be doing. This off-stage interaction could be a fantastic way to start it, but Ra1n is trying to. Oh, this is sick. Y'all are gonna have to forgive me if I use this pun too much, but this gameplay is so sick, it's making me sick.
That was a very chaotic first talk for Ra1n.
Yeah.
The scenario of who is actually attacking who was swapping so much within that 5 seconds of off-stage gameplay, and people just ground pounding over and over again, hoping to be the first one to get the knockout. And now Ra1n, this is probably the biggest advantage in terms of health and stocks that Ahmet has had in this set. The longer he is playing, the more adaptation he's getting, and the better he is doing. Look at this lead that Ahmet is getting. He almost got a clip.
He tried to repeat. Gotta say, maybe I'm wrong for saying that Ahmet isn't quite out the clear, because this game 3 is looking so much better for the guy. Every single game just getting better and better. And I gotta say, 2 minutes in, first game, Ra1n was up 3-1, and now the polar opposite has happened. Ahmet, I mean, if Ahmet's just getting better every single game, now we gotta worry about how Ra1n's gonna respond, because if that 3-stock really came through to be real, that would have been a huge message to the blue Val. Sarah sends to the side, can't find anything off stage. Ahmet is back in. I can see the Ahmet believers in chat freaking out over this game 3, and you guys have very good reason to do so as we take Ra1n off stage.
He gets the nair, Ra1n being edge guarded, Ahmet putting out a lot of pressure, doesn't get the dodge punish that they need, but Ahmet still living by quite a decent margin. The Gauntlets in hand needs to build up a little bit more damage or get a clean edge guard. Ra1n misses the D-Light! Oh! There is no way that Ra1n, on 2 different occasions in this game 3, it messed up D-Light combos. He started off with messing up the D-Light into ground pound and arms, and then he messed up the D-Light recovery that he needed to have any chance of reversing that game. And now Ahmet is looking at a 2-1 game lead.
Ra1n was more damaged on their second stock than Ahmet ever was in the whole game.
That's not okay. That's. So, I know a lot of people consider Ra1n to be the Val GOAT. I mean, why wouldn't you, if you just look at the tournaments and the placements that Ra1n has done this year?
Yeah, good reason for believing it.
Exactly, and Ahmet is just pulling up, saying, nah, I also have a Val of my own. Look at this! Look at this! Ra1n got some Val competition today!
Keep in mind, since this set is so fun to watch, this is still winner's bracket, which means that whoever loses this set is still in the tournament. Like, we still get to watch more of them. We get to have so much more content from both of these players. One's going to be in Grands, one's going to be in lower finals, and those are both probably the most entertaining sets of any.
Ahmet with a beautiful punish, D-Light into Sarah. Ra1n does not quite get knocked out from it, does make it back to the lower side of the wall, and Ahmet fails to finish off the edge guard. Ra1n! What is everything ground pounds, man? Why did you ground pound the stage? The stage has no health value. You did 0 damage, 0 knockback to the object. Ahmet struggling to make it back. Sarah coming through.
Another way.
Ahmet just accepting their demise. Ra1n bringing it back, even though they were in a damage deficit. Got the KO on their opponents first, and Ahmet striking back quickly, showing Ra1n this is how you hit an armed D-Light, and finishes it with the recovery. Ahmet catching the dodge, there into Nair into Sarah. 3-piece. Weapon throws away, picks up another set of gauntlets, keeps Ra1n starved. I'm doing a really good job at just pushing Ra1n away. It's exactly like the same game plan. Both of these players really shine and like going in. The moment they have stage control, the moment they have wiggle room to work with, the moment they can dash and big back and forth. But Ahmet makes it back with the Sarah of their own. Ground pound gets interrupted by the recovery. Sarah coming back. Ra1n again on the bottom side of the wall, doesn't get the dodge catch that he needed, and it's that even in terms of damage. We're seeing a Val Gauntlets mirror match right here. Both weapon throws. Ahmet catching up the gauntlets back. Ra1n swapping out for a sword. And Ahmet, D-Light Sarah, he's so consistent at hitting those. That's impressive.
Gotta say, I am hugely impressed with Ahmet's adaptation in this set. During the first and second game, Ahmet was actually losing a lot of the more simpler and smaller interactions. They're in neutral, Ra1n's able to get the first hit. Ra1n's able to get the first hit, they're able to get an extra extension that Ahmet usually is able to. So, the fact that Ahmet is now warming up this hot, the fact that Ahmet is now in this lead, despite the fact that they were losing so many of the small interactions, despite the fact that they were just barely falling behind and having these games go 52-48, the fact that they are now pulling ahead in this big of a lead and are now poised to win the set is a huge accolade as to how well Ahmet is able to do over the course of a set.
Ahmet.
That's a connects. Is this it for Ra1n?
Recovery. Ra1n gets the antic of their own. He is still in this, but he needs a diabolical option. He needs some cheeky sextuple ground pound. Gets the dodge, that's one. Doesn't get the second dodge, that's a little bit of damage, but it's not near enough for Ra1n to finish this. He's putting himself at disadvantage by going for the ground pound there. Sarah coming through by Ahmet. Setting himself up on the wall. Weapon throw, applying pressure, going back to the stage, hoping to finish the edge guard. Grounded. Ra1n, edge guard of their own. Ground pound gets punished.
Nice.
Hail Mary ground pound. But Ahmet saw that coming. He had that vision and avoided it. Sarah to take the set 3-1 as Ahmet is advancing to the grand finals.
Let it be known, Ahmet knows their clutch. If they are behind, they know how to wait out your attacks patiently, wait for the perfect time to strike. If they are in the lead, they know how to draw out your overcommitments and bait you into commitments that you think are safe, but are really not. When it comes to the Val Ditto, Ahmet pulling ahead, not only some incredible adaptation and winning the more smaller interactions, winning the more chip damage base little bits here and there, on top of that, also proving some pretty nice clutch factor at the end of this.